Thank you, Mr. Chair. Assume you guys can see and hear me okay. I want to begin by just echoing and associating my comment, myself with the comments by Senator Sinema vis-a-vis the role of FEMA in helping address the situation at the border at this present time. So trust that we'll be in touch with the agency if there's additional resources or anything else needed to continue to make progress there. But my main questions that I wanted to raise are inspired, as Senator Sinema just acknowledged, for Arizona by recent wildfire seasons in the state of California, the recent wildfire season being the worst on record. In 2020, the state experienced 10,000 fire incidents, more than 4.2 million acres of land burned, and more than 10,000 structures damaged or destroyed. FEMA, specifically Region 9, has been an excellent and consistent partner with California, not just state government, but counties as well, to weather repeated unprecedented disasters year after year. And in between what seems to be like an expanding fire season, we want to take advantage of this time period to look for increased funding, support, and understanding of the unprecedented times that we're living in. After another dry winter, California is entering drought conditions once again and expecting another extreme fire season. So Ms. Criswell, how can we ensure that FEMA is not just responsive to wildfires during and after an event, but also more active in the off-season in working with state and local governments, as well as other federal agencies to support mitigation efforts to reduce either the chance of devastating fires or the level of devastation from fires that do occur?
Thank you very much for that question, Senator. You know, as we've seen, the number and severity of disasters continues to increase year after year, and the record-breaking wildfire season that we had last year was another example of why it's so important right now for us to be able to invest in pre-disaster mitigation. I do believe that the Building Resilient Infrastructures and Communities grant that was released last year is an excellent tool for communities to now really have transformational progress at reducing risk across their communities. But it's often my experience that the technical assistance that's provided is only provided when the notice of funding opportunity is released. And I think we have a real opportunity to make sure that we're doing outreach and engagement year-round on a continual basis, so jurisdictions can better plan and prepare for these events that are going to happen not just next year, but 5 years from now or 10 years from now. And it takes a lot of work to put in the planning and scoping steps of these programs. And so by providing outreach and assistance year-round, I think that communities can build better projects. So when the funding opportunities are released, they can have better projects to put in requests for. And so if confirmed, I am committed to this outreach and engagement. I think the time is now for us to really take a very proactive and deliberate approach to how we're reducing risk and using all the tools that we have available to do that.
Thank you. And I think the same spirit can be expressed in a very similar question vis-a-vis earthquakes, much less frequent, but more devastating, and it's only a matter of time before California experiences the next big one. And I'll assume that the spirit of your response would also apply for other categories of natural disasters. I have another follow-up question. I know Senator Sinema also mentioned or made reference to the Stafford Act, which governs FEMA's disaster efforts, which has not been explicitly inclusive of wildfires. And due to the unique nature of wildfires, California communities have too often experienced difficulty after recent catastrophic wildfires in accessing disaster assistance due to eligibility language, home insurance, and relocation assistance. So if confirmed, will you commit to working with my office to ensure the needs of wildfire recovery and mitigation are fully supported by FEMA?
Yes, Senator. I believe that we have opportunity right now to really look at what the authorities are within the Stafford Act, and I would appreciate the opportunity to work with you and your team and Congress to see if additional authorities can be given that FEMA has the ability to address the current risk and threat environment.
Okay, thank you. And just one last comment, not necessarily a question for a lengthy response, but an acknowledgement that FEMA's been working alongside the CDC and other federal agencies in coordination with state and local and tribal and territorial authorities and private sector partners to ramp up and improve vaccine distribution. Partnerships have been critical in combating the COVID-19 pandemic, including in multiple mass vaccination sites in California. But I understand some of these contracts formalizing the partnerships are due to expire in the coming weeks. So hope, if you're confirmed and to the extent appropriate prior to your confirmation, we can count on your help in extending these agreements to continue the improved success of the vaccination strategy.
Senator, yes, I think, again, we all have a role to play in getting America vaccinated. It's one of the most important things we can do right now to move on to recovery from this COVID-19 global pandemic. And so if confirmed, I'm committed to working with you and your team to understand the needs that California is facing so we can get the resources needed to help get America vaccinated.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.